Well, this is kind of good news. When the Democrats, I have April 2021, and the Democrats are already sounding the alarm about the midterm elections. That is very, very, very good news for you and I. We have the former DCCC chair sounding the alarm, saying Democrats losing the House majority. That's something we are staring right in the face. Why are they potentially losing the House majority? Well, part of it is because Democrats are insane. A big part of it is Republican states are gaining congressional seats. Democrats are losing them. The biggest problem for Democrats is the party in power traditionally loses seats, and probably a lot of them during the midterm elections. So the Democrats find themselves in a bit of a pickle. You have to do something to get popular again, right? You have to do something to make sure that that doesn't happen, or at least try to patch up some of those losses. But you don't have a dynamic leader. You have a leader who's not a functioning adult. And the person who's right behind him, chomping at the bit to take the reins the day Joe Biden has to wave the white flag and call it quits on being president, she's possibly the least likable human being on the planet. So if you're the Democrats, what are you going to do? You don't have popular policy proposals. They're just not. They're not popular with the American people. Amnesty and gun grabs and things like that. American people are generally horrified by those things. You don't have a popular president. You don't have popular policies. How are you going to fix this? Well, Nancy Pelosi just came right out and said it.
Well, just the elections are about campaigns, and we are ready. We are ready with our M's, mobilization to own the ground, to get out the vote, with our message of unity for the people. And again, so proud of what the Biden-Harris administration is putting forth. And then, of course, with the resources, the money that is needed to do this. But we would be better if we can pass H.R.1 in order to remove obstacles to participation for people to vote.
I'm sorry, what? What was that last part? In order to win elections, we have to pass H.R.1 to increase participation in the vote? These people are so corrupt and twisted at this point, they don't even realize you're not supposed to say the quiet part out loud all the time. She just basically, the head of the House, the Speaker of the House just shouted from the rooftops, well, I mean, it'll help us winning elections if we can make sure no one has to show ID. Right, Bob? Gosh. And look, Democrats are communists now. You don't believe me? Donald Trump obviously banned permanently from Facebook. We talked about that. The White House press secretary had this to say about it.
The president's view is that the major platforms have a responsibility related to the health and safety of all Americans to stop amplifying untrustworthy content, disinformation and misinformation, especially related to COVID-19, vaccinations, and elections. And we've seen that over the past several months, broadly speaking. I'm not placing any blame on any individual or group. We've seen it from a number of sources. He also supports better privacy protections and a robust antitrust program. So his view is that there's more that needs to be done to ensure that this type of misinformation, disinformation, damaging, sometimes life-threatening information is not going out to the American public.
I'm sorry, did the White House just come out and endorse the silencing of its opponents? Yes, it did. America's communists are no different than communists have always been. Remember that. Hey, thanks so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me. Thanks.